is dawn. Like and subscribe. Comment some night. Loving this light. Here's God is dawn. God is dawn. God is dawn. Hello, hello, hello. Peace world. Welcome or welcome back. I'm Goddess Dawn. I'm here live. I got my Miss Kim backstage. Coming back for part 2 of yesterday's live. We were talking about R. Kelly, and we're going to get into some other things. I'm going to bring Miss Kim in. Boop. Hey, pretty. Oh, turn my Bluetooth off.
Okay.
I don't know why I was on mute. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Miss Kim, the warrior.
Yes, we in here in this late night. It's a good thing. How you feeling?
2 a.m., baby. When it's quiet.
Yes.
You know, I'm good. I'm great. I'm amazing, actually. How about you?
Me too.
Good. You look good. At
Thank
2 o'clock
you.
in the morning?
Yeah, I did it on purpose.
And this is why I have an avatar. Okay. So we were, I went live. You didn't even know I was going live, huh?
No.
Yesterday.
But I caught you before it was too late.
Yes. So we were like, hey, Mary Blue.
Oh,
Mary
welcome.
Building. Yes. Welcome back.
Thank you.
We had a conversation yesterday. The truth came in. I think Mary came in.
Yeah.
And some things were in the headlines and some things that I meant to bring up. So we decided to just come right on back in today to have some more of this conversation. So let me just recap a little bit about R. Kelly, since there was an update this morning with a motion that the defense filed. They were requesting from the judge to order the prosecution to hand over certain articles of evidence. And, the way they sent the letter to me was, like I said in my video, an alarm to state, we not ready.
Yeah.
And we're not going to be ready and they're trying to blame the government when all along they've known the timeline and the time frame of when they were going to get this stuff. So, they blame the government of what they call the gamesmanship, playing games, basically. But really, I think they're the ones, who are being a little bit manipulative. They said the government was like, we emailed you last week. So not really understanding what's happening here, but we can have a conference. And during that conference, let's talk about transporting him to New York. How about that?
Right. While we're talking.
Mm-hmm. So I really do hope that's the next step here, like getting him to New York, getting ready for the jury selection in March and moving on in April. But honestly, the government's response, which they responded right away, which is unusual. They basically were saying, with the pandemic and with the fact that, they're just not going to be getting all this information from us, we might not make this date, but let's talk about it. Let's have a status hearing. So all that being said, me and you were talking about the Brat and LisaRaye, and who are also Chicagoans, right? So I'm going to just hand this part of the convo over to you.
Well, my opinion, it started off with, the famous Tasha K put it out there.
Is she the only one that's put it out there at this point?
She's the only one. That's why I think it's lies. But the reason why I think it's lies is because she made a comment and was saying about LisaRaye about she went and did an interview with a smaller network or whatever. Like, she's so up there and everybody else, not just YouTube, but even news outlets is so down here. And so it was like a personal thing against her. I don't know if LisaRaye was supposed to interview with her about something. I don't know. But to put those kind of allegations out there is kind of harsh to me.
It's beyond harsh. I mean, and I haven't heard anything from LisaRaye or the Brat, and
Me either.
that
Not
is
even not even a response about what she's put out there. She done put it out there more than once. I mean, she got into detail talking about their father, and parents
well,
and
why don't we break it down? Because some people might not know what we're talking about.
okay. Tasha K put it out there, allegations that LisaRaye had relations with the Brat at 10 years old on up, and said that's why she was so upset
And
about the Brat.
LisaRaye is, how old was she supposedly at this
She
time?
said she claimed LisaRaye should have been between the age of 16 and 18 at the time. And she said that, their dad was, she claimed they shared the same father. Um, she put his name out there. I can't even remember the name, but I still have it. And yes, she is Mary Blue. You're exactly right. And she said that, oh, they've been secret lovers, and that's why LisaRaye was so upset about the Brat marrying another person, that she was supposed to be the chosen one, which I don't believe it, But LisaRaye, for what I don't like is how she you could tell the Brat looks up to her and respects her very much, and her opinion does matter and her feelings matter, because I've seen LisaRaye like kind of discipline her, like scold her, and the Brat kind of like give her respect and put her head down. And to me, I don't like that feeling. Like, to me, it's just not right. But we don't know what's going on in their personal life. But also, now LisaRaye, I'm looking at her crazy with this defending and trying to. She didn't want to say it like 100%, but she kind of want to justify what R. Kelly did. Before it was, oh no, didn't know how Drea and R. Kelly hooked up. Then the other day, she comes out and says, oh, I introduced Drea to him. It was me that introduced them to each other. And then she made the statement, I think it was on Hip Hop Censored podcast. She said, oh, what people don't know is I knew about Aaliyah and his friendship with her and understood the friendship. Well, to me, Aaliyah was a child. He was 20 something years old. How can you understand the friendship with a grown man with a child? But,
She can understand it if she also had that type of relationship or has seen that
exactly.
type of relationship. She's from Chicago. The Brad is from Chicago, and we were talking to. Well, we've heard, but I was going to mention that the YouTuber or content creator, The Truth, was talking to us yesterday. She,
Mm-hmm.
she's from Chicago, and she has stated before, and other people have, that this is kind of just a common way of life for a lot of people with the older man. What did she even said herself for her own self,
Yeah.
about her age disparity? Was it the word
Yeah.
disparity? I can't think of the word. No, I can't lose my words now. That's all I got. 2 o'clock in the morning. It's okay. But
Well,
anyway,
and it's just she gonna say that what comes in the dark comes to the light. That's what LisaRaye had quoted and said. And then she goes,
mm,
over the years, everybody heard the same rumors and allegations toward, about him. And she says, well, obviously it's something wrong there. He has a mental illness. Like, you trying to justify what this man did, and you want people to have sympathy for him, and like it excuse his criminal acts. To me, and then, this would also make me look at her with the third and fourth and fifth, sixth and tenth eye.
mm,
She goes, she not separating the man from the music because he's such a musical genius. And she turned out and under the fog with this Step in the Name of Love like the rest of them people. And she goes, I listen to the beat, the rhythm, the words, and everything. And she talking about how she be grooving to his music. Well, he said out his own mouth that every song is about what he done did to somebody, whether it was a woman or a child. And I think, to me, fuck his geniusy, and excuse my language, and you cannot separate the man from music when he done told you that that's the he done violated these people and done made a record off of what he done did. That's sick.
But everyone doesn't believe that that's the case. Even still,
Even if he did say it, yeah, they still don't believe it.
they still don't.
They probably make up an excuse and say, oh, well, they did a voiceover, tampered with the video. He really didn't say. Ain't no telling what dumbass excuse they'll make up for him.
Well, actually, there's a YouTuber. I'm not going to name them, but I'm going to find the timestamp for his what he had to say about that. He's a supporter. But speaking on LisaRaye, before I do that, so to me, so what it sounds like to me is that she's an apologist or a justifier of R. Kelly's. And I think even the Brat on what is that show? Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta, which I do watch. I watch pretty much every reality show, in case y'all don't know. She mentioned that she also was supporting him, and because Dre is on that show, and her and Bow Wow weren't too happy, to interact with her because they were defending R. Kelly or supporting R. Kelly. That should be, there's hashtag surviving R. Kelly, and I guess there's supporting R. Kelly, because that's a whole circus. But for her to say she understands it, that says a lot. And those few words, they do say a lot about her own experience, because she's probably bringing her experience to the table when she says that,
Yeah.
And is it her experience with the Brat, though? That's the thing, is these allegations are heavy. And for Tasha K to say that LisaRaye violated the Brat as a kid, a 10-year-old child.
Yeah.
It was probably a cycle. Like, it's, that's just not normal. Who does that? But somebody who themselves have been abused or have seen it very closely.
Yeah.
Right. So that's crazy. Well, I'm wondering is there a lawsuit gonna take place?
I don't know. And Tasha K brought this up 3 times since,
Right. It's like she's poking a bear, honey.
Yeah, until she get a reaction or whatever. But so far, from what I researched, the Brat or the LisaRaye have addressed her about it. They haven't said anything.
I don't even see the Brat saying anything. I don't know. She seems like
no, I think because the Brat will pull up. She ain't got time to be.
Exactly. I was gonna say she seems like she moved in silence. Maybe even Lisa too, because she, like I said, her father has this whole reputation, right? Of, wasn't he supposedly some boss gangster dude?
Yeah, Tasha K claimed he was this big drug lord and hood, like a big dope dealer, and like she almost claimed like he was American gangster, but I don't know how true that is. Like I think she was, speaking out of turn to me. And
I haven't heard that before, though. I mean, over the years. But
I looked at some of the comments, and it was a lot of people. She had a lot of negative backlash about that when she first originally put it out there about LisaRaye and the Brat. People that said they were from Chicago and knew them or went to school with them, and they were saying that it wasn't true. Somebody was like, oh, when the Brat and them hear about this, they was like, Tasha K gonna get it. they told her she was wrong for putting that out there and saying that. But so far, it hasn't. She hasn't even been checked by neither one of them.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything, and I mean, there could be stuff going on behind the scenes. There's always that behind the scenes.
Might be legal matters.
Yeah, seems to me though, if your name is being slandered, I was even worried about putting her picture on my or all their pictures together on my thumbnail.
Right.
But because she's in between on my thumbnail, Chris Stokes and R. Kelly. Exactly. And that's not a good look, especially in your headlines. It's interesting that that interaction she and the Brat had. Whose birthday was it? Lisa's birthday, right? Lisa
Yeah, it was
Ray's.
Lisa Ray's birthday. Yep,
And
on
that
Fox Soul with Claudia.
yeah. Something in cocktails. Okay,
Yeah,
with Claudia Jordan, right? Okay, so well, it's Claudia Jordan, uh what's the actress?
Vivica Fox.
Vivica A. Fox,
What's
and the singer, Selena Johnson.
yeah,
Okay, so yeah, they were all having their little chit chat, and they surprised LisaRaye, who's a regular on there, right there with the Brat coming
yeah,
on to say happy birthday. And her reaction, I think, is why it went viral, because she was visibly like, I ain't here for this. What
yeah,
the hell? Like,
yep,
who authorized this?
yeah,
So everybody was kind of surprised because it was very well known that they're pretty close. And she
yeah,
actually has said they're sisters, right? And I
yeah.
think it was kind of like assumed maybe they were even half sisters. I don't think we
Hmm.
thought they were full sisters, but I think
Yeah,
I even thought maybe they're half sisters. But with the allegations that Tasha K is putting out there, and honestly, sisters and brothers, because I'm looking in comments of stuff of these posts, and there's people in the comments like, my sister did this to me, my brother did this to me, my
yeah,
cousins did this to me. So we already do know, a lot of us know up close and personal that this happens.
yeah,
So it's not, even if whether or not she's her sister or not, the allegations are horrendous. Like that's crazy for Tasha
yeah,
K to even put that out there like that. As
yeah.
sensitive as something like that is, and who would put something like that out? What if that is the case? The Brat would be a victim,
Right.
and you're just gonna put her out there like that?
Yeah, and she goes, that's why her behavior with the Brad, you guys, why she reacts the way she does. And I'm just the part where I kind of question it is because it's been what, how many years? How I don't even know how old these young women are. And she gonna say secret lovers, and she thought they were gonna be together and married and all that. I I don't believe that part. I just don't believe that part.
Okay, I was just trying to find this little audio. Let me see. I'm gonna play this YouTuber.
But it's just questionable because Tasha K has verbally said that she does lie to get the views. She said that when
She
she
did
was up.
say she lies, but why
Yeah,
would you? What is? Yeah, there has to be some type of agenda for that story,
right.
because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it does it. You know, just like what she said about Tamar Braxton. She
Which was
brought
what?
up Tamar boyfriend David. I can't out of five soul whatever his last name is. She claimed, oh, the network told me that he was molesting her son. I'm like, the network? And I'm surprised network ain't went after her for lying on them.
What?
Yes, Tasha K said that. She
Well, I
said the
didn't know she
network
said that.
told her this when Tamar was in the hospital after her suicide attempt. And Tasha K came out and verbally said the network, somebody in the network told her that he was too, that's what started the fight inside the car between him and Tamar when he got the protection order against her. And she goes, yeah, he was too close, would spend a lot of time with the son. And the somebody network told me that he was molesting the boy. I said, wait a minute, what? Then she came back and cleaned it up a few weeks later, right before Tamar went on Tamron Hall's show. Oh, Tamar called me, you guys. Y'all know we close. And she told me that she likes how I hold her accountable when she's in the wrong. And she said that it was false rumors that was given to me. The information that was given to me was false because she said that she knows that if something like that happened, that she would have been kicked his ass and nipped that in the bud. And for me not to believe it. And we don't know if Tamar called that woman or not. And it's like, no, either somebody told her to fix it, but Tasha, you wrong, because that man could have got his ass kicked in behind those allegations, putting that jacket on him like that.
Wow. Um, I can't see Tamar hearing or knowing something like that, and that man still being alive.
Exactly.
Like I can't, I just don't. Um, wow. Yeah, it's the industry represents the industry is the industry as a whole, not just the music industry, but the entertainment industry is a cesspool of this type of behavior. And I think,
Yeah,
just I don't want to say I think, I would say that it's been rumored, alleged, it's been
yeah,
alleged that that the industry uses children for sacrificial purposes, rituals.
yeah.
Um, there's all kinds of YouTube channels that describe these type of behaviors and activities, and they
Mhm.
actually, talk about specific artists and they so
Yeah,
it can't be not true altogether. It can't be 100% not true. If
right.
this has been said for so many years,
Decades.
hundreds probably. I think the stuff goes back, the stories
Yeah,
about like the Rockefellers,
yeah,
the families that supposedly run, this world, this 3D world.
yeah,
So with that being said, what we're seeing here is just really a part of that. It's just a part of it. It's like it's a part of the fabric of this world we live in.
yeah. And
So
it's sad, you know.
it is really sad. I'm gonna play this audio from this other YouTuber back on the R. Kelly. We were talking about his music and how people
Oh,
still don't even see that the lyrics are him actually admitting and confessing.
yeah,
So I'm gonna start it. This is like kind of already in the middle. He just finished saying something about he disagrees with how the labels are allowing artists to ditch R. Kelly's music and like talk bad on him and stuff, and how he wanted his masters, and all of a sudden this happens to him. So let's see what he says. Um, Unless they were involved with the takedown. And I personally think that the labels are involved with the takedown. I really do. It's funny that they call it the takedown.
right.
Like he took himself down. He did this.
To
You know what I'm
himself
saying?
by his long.
Allegedly. Yeah. Here. This is about a man that um, deserves his masters. He's put in the work. Just like I said before, if you work your whole life on a job, you expect to get retirement. Okay, let's talk about the masters and him comparing that to somebody working and putting in for their retirement or getting, a pension or whatever.
Right.
Well, the masters they're probably already signed away, though this is a contractual situation. This is
Yeah.
not, well, I created this music and I'm gonna retire off this music. It should be that if you own your masters, then it is that. But if you sign them away contractually, all the money they gave him up front, they gave that man a lot of money, not
Oh
even just money he earned, but I'm sure they were advancing him and so to say that he earned
yeah.
right to have his masters, in theory, yeah, that should be the case. But in the music industry, especially back then, things may be different now with, more people are doing independent work and like the way things are set up. It's a little bit, some, unless you're with the big, the big massive leagues, of course. But
Right.
typically people are knowing better to sign their lives away like that. But yeah,
Exactly.
but he sounds just uneducated to me.
He
I just
probably
want
is.
I want to point that out.
Yeah.
Um, it's really no difference. I mean, when you think of it, it's pretty much the same. It's the same thing, man. He worked his whole career producing platinum, platinum, platinum after platinum after platinum hits for himself and for just about everybody else in the music industry as well. And now, he's done his time. He's put in his work. He's paid his dues. Now it's time for the labels to give him his publishing. No, it don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Like, I don't understand. And why would they didn't need to take him down because they already had owned his stuff.
Right.
Why would they need to take him down? I mean, I understand, like Michael Jackson, that whole thing he had with Sony, like to me, that was literally the devil
Yeah,
against, like that was like light and dark.
yeah,
This this is not that.
exactly.
And his masters. And which and it's going to happen. It's been delayed for a moment right now with all this bull BS.
It's been delayed for a moment, he said. He's putting it lightly.
But eventually he's going to get it. I don't see why he wouldn't, man. Because like I said, I don't think they have anything on him. He believes in his innocence, and I think he is innocent. And like I said, I think he'll be exonerated and acquitted of all these charges. Now, you got the.
He's innocent. He didn't do anything. He's innocent. They don't have anything. Even the letter, the defense, the defense sent that letter, that motion to the judge today, asking for the discovery. They said in their letter, the defense, that they are aware that there is discovery and that they've had this discovery. So that means that there's stuff on him. He wouldn't be sitting behind bars if they had nothing.
Right. And then not only that, I remember listening in on one of the status hearings. Greenberg told the judge, he said, I never disputed none of the evidence against him. And he said that it was Doug Anton that really wanted him out. He never really tried to ask for him to get out. And he said the only thing that he asked for is when he go to New York, will he be escorted by marshals or somebody? And while he sit with his client in like a conference room. And the judge said yes.
Let's see. We have a comment. Miss Down South, welcome. Let's see. I'm gonna put it up so you can see it, Kimmy.
I'm trying to remember who made a comment. God is done recently, a follower. I don't know if it was on one of your videos or maybe somebody else's. But anyway, they said he's gonna be pardoned and he's being held for his own protection to keep him safe.
To keep him, oh yeah, that's right, huh? To keep him safe. I don't know. Let me see. Miss Down South 1979. She's saying RSK not having, in quotes, 160K for child support is a ridiculous lie, but his karma won't let go. The dude speaking about RSK said things that is helpful to the prosecutors. Okay, let's see
the situation, and then like I said, pretty much after the Aaliyah situation, you had, she came about trying to sue and all that. And then you had that first sex tape that came out, and then you had people coming to sue. Then you had the tape, they got him indicted, and then people coming to sue. So, there goes that saying, when blood is in the water, here come the sharks. And that's a true statement. R. Kelly said that himself. And these people, God doesn't like ugly. Everybody's going to get this back to them, man. Everybody involved with this takedown.
So he's talking about the tapes like they're just tapes about Double Dutch. Like,
right. And then my thing is this: none of these fools, he talking about people try to sue this and that. R. Kelly is the one that ain't never sued nobody, but he can't, because you can't argue with the truth. He's never ever countersued anyone.
Right. Exactly.
Couldn't nobody accuse me of nothing like that, and I know damn well I have not done it, and I'm not gonna say nothing back.
And I don't even think he hasn't even said anything. He hasn't spoken.
No, he's never. That's one thing I can't say. He ain't never said anything. He's never denied it, and he also ain't never threw nobody else under the bus. Like, well, so and so was there. They was in the tape too. He never done that either. But only thing, the most that I ever heard him say, "Oh yeah, the haters gonna hate." Y'all know, but
they got. What did he say? He has 30 years.
Yeah, he said they should have called him 30 years ago. He said it was too late.
That's my new name for him. I should change my name to 30 years. 30, it's been 30 years.
His favorite speech.
He also said, I admit it, right? He did a song.
Yep.
Didn't he do a song before that too with some other confessions of 19?
In a way, yep, he did. He sure did.
Let's keep breaking this fool down. This is ridiculous.
Can't take down another human being for your, financial gain or for your prosperity. That's just not how it works.
Right. That's not what's going
It's
on.
not right. It's not fair. And, a lot of these alleged victims and accusers, when you listen to them talk, they're not credible, man. They're not credible at all. They've
What is it? Okay, let me see.
Stories several times. And even when you read the indictments, me personally, I can point out several inconsistencies and a lot of reasonable doubt material. So if I can do that, then
he's saying that very broadly without any specifics, and I don't believe him.
Right.
He read no indictment, let alone found inconsistencies.
Exactly.
You gonna say something?
Oh no.
Okay.
Pretty sure that professional attorneys, they should be able to do the same thing. But we got to start holding them accountable as well. And they might be doing stuff. They might be doing things behind the scene. I mean, I get it. Silence is golden. So let's not get our broomsticks out and our torches yet. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure with a case like this, as easy as it is, I'm pretty sure these attorneys have a plan.
So he's saying this is as easy as it is. Did he really say as easy? This case is unprecedented. These cases, it's not just one. This is not something that we've seen. And what does he mean? It's as easy. I think I passed up the part I wanted to focus on. He kind of got off of the music. So let me just see real quick. Give me 1 second. You can we can continue, but I just
even Greenberg said it on court.
R. Kelly didn't do that.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I said even Greenberg said it to Vinny on Court TV when Vinny asked him on a scale of 1 to 10, how much are you confident that you're going to get your client off? And Greenberg said, oh, with all this stuff against him, he said probably like a 12, if not higher.
A 12 out of...
Well, Vinny gave him 1 through 10. Like but basically Greenberg was saying like this so difficult. He said it. He's never even seen
the level of difficulty is a 12.
How difficult it will be. Yeah, he said a 12. So that means it's gonna be very hard. And what Greenberg know that he ain't gonna be able to get that man. His famous words. He gonna walk right out them doors.
Oh, I forgot he talked about Aaliyah too. Oh, you're not gonna like this.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Okay.
I'm so tired of these people disrespecting that baby. I'm so tired of them doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what he's talking about. I just started from the beginning. It was just a little part about the music that I was just like, are these people really still saying this stuff after all this time? After all the information that's come out, you can literally look and download it and print it yourself from the literal court websites, and you're still blindly saying this man is innocent, and music doesn't say anything. But let's hear.
So in the beginning, before the "Seems Like You're Ready" song, the classic song, that a lot of people, they want to, which I don't understand how they can sit here and they tried to say that song has a secret message or he's hiding in plain sight with these songs. I mean, that's just ridiculous to even try to insinuate that song is about children. I mean, come on, man. These people, like I said, man, they've been reaching. We got a situation where R. Kelly, you got some higher ups in the industry. This is not about a man that likes minors. Anybody with sense would know that.
So this is what gets me. Anybody with sense would know that. Yet this man has been in jail almost 2 years with mountains of discovery, with tons of mountains of stuff piled up on him. People from decades back with the same allegations as people just as of 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Which is not that these people have colluded. It is that this man has the same behavioral patterns as he's had for all this time.
Right.
And these people are still questioning. Go ahead.
He even says Aaliyah's name in one of this at the end. And he mentioned, I pulled up the lyrics. He done mentioned a whole slew of kids and women in the one song when he said she got the vibe. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on now.
Thank you, Miss Down South. We got a compliment.
Oh, thank
I like
you.
compliments. I don't have my bell. I would ring it for you, girl.
I'll ring it.
Oh yes, I love it.
I mean, then not only that, they done found old police reports. They done, it's preponderance, it's just overwhelming evidence. And
Yeah.
it's
Even the truth was saying yesterday, the police report, it was specific police report that she was saying was turned away. And I know that wasn't the only one.
yep.
You know that. And those those cops, they should be held accountable. Anybody, the teachers, the cops, the whoever, parents too.
Exactly.
And I say parents, when I say parents, I say parents that there was someone was in our chat yesterday and she had the question of what do you think, what about the parents being held accountable? And typically I'm like leading parents alone. However, I say parents because there are parents who you know design the giveaway. It's like
Right.
what? I mean, not to say I'm not talking about none of these parents. I'm just saying if there were parents, they should be included. Parent, I don't care who. If you
Yeah.
had a hand in harming these babies, because
Yeah.
you know, if you had any hand in it and intentional, because
Yeah.
a lot of parents just they just don't know any better. You know, they probably want some stuff, maybe a little thirsty, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's like my child's going to be abused, but I don't care. It's probably this is an opportunity.
Right.
Let's run with this. This don't happen in real life. And then you trust a person.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you don't think someone of this type of notoriety, this type of star power, who's been in the game for as long as he has, especially if you're in his city, is going to violate your child.
Exactly.
However, if you're in the city, you probably know that he's been doing that. And that's my thing, is that a lot of these people, he has had a reputation.
Yeah. Even before he
Right.
got in.
He's had a reputation. And I had a whole trial in 2006. Or was it 2008, excuse
Yeah,
me.
2008. You know, they stalled it. His
Yeah,
dream team.
indicted in 2002, and the trial wasn't until 2008. And he
Right.
committed crimes all up in between.
Yeah, they said he walked in with 3 of them
I
already.
think it was 5, actually. I
And
remember doing a video
accumulated
about it.
6 more during, like, come on now.
Mhm. So let me keep playing this. I want to
Yeah.
this right here. You know, I like debunking and slapping people.
Yeah.
Slapping back.
People higher ups in the industry, and he's gotten on their bad side. He has done something that somebody in high places does not like.
Yeah, it's called abusing children, raping.
Duh.
You know, he's done something. I don't know what, but yet the man is indicted up the yin yang in jail, and you don't know what he's done. I don't know what he's done, but I've read the indictments. There's inconsistencies. I don't know what he's done though. What did he do?
Something
Huh.
they don't like.
Wow, something they don't like.
Now they are trying to take this man out. But anyway,
This man has taken himself out. This I can't say that enough. Like
Yeah.
he's done this to himself. What is it that they don't give this man? They don't let this man hold his own bag. It's like they want to give it to everybody else. No, it's his. It's his.
prior to this, you heard Aaliyah out of her own mouth say that age ain't nothing but a number. It was named that because they didn't want her to be looked at as another child star, bubblegum rap artist or bubblegum artist.
Who is they? Does he mean R.
Right.
Kelly didn't want her to be looked at as a child because he wasn't trying to look at her as a child? I mean,
So to speak. So she explained that, and once again, that's another thing that she has debunked. Another lie that these people keep on trying to say on R. Kelly. Like I said, I don't know how many times she has to say that there was no relationship, that there was no marriage. She said.
Okay. Well, first of all, we know there was a marriage.
Right.
Even Greenberg said there was a marriage. Even the Confuser says there was a marriage. The YouTuber who has the cross eyes. I don't like saying people's names, but the marriage was annulled, right?
Yeah.
And technically, an annulment means it never happened. So you can't say it never happened. Technically,
they done found the FedEx and welfare worker. You know what? I just these people, and then he talking like this baby is still here. I don't know how many times she has to say it.
Yeah, I don't like the way he's handling her name, but let's see.
That many times over before she tragically passed away. And I just feel like, the way people are trying to say that this happened when she clearly said it didn't before she passed away. I mean, I just feel like that's disrespecting her legacy. That's disrespecting her as a person. It's disrespecting her family. And that's just the bottom line to that. Now,
so he just is going to disacknowledge the fact that there's a whole marriage that happened.
Yeah.
And the fact that her family was involved, specifically her uncle, Barry Hankerson, in the handing over of the child to R. Kelly. And the mama. We can't leave the mama out of this.
We sure can't leave her ass out. Excuse my language.
Hey, Angela. Angela makes a good point. She says she was protecting her career. Yes,
exactly.
We know that Miss Aaliyah was very driven. She had her eye on the prize. And I think she knew where she was destined to be. And this to her was probably just like she was strong, and she's like, I'm moving on. She's not going to let, because he stole a lot of dreams, right? There's a lot of girls or women now, girls at the time that he dealt with them, abused them, that had dreams, that had talent, that were on the way somewhere, and he just shit it all over them and left them on the side of the road. So, wow.
She still was a child.
You got her
saying.
Go ahead.
I said she still was a child at the time, and then you imagine the pressure and the conversations of don't say this, don't say that, and carrying on.
Yeah.
That it didn't happen, right? Several times. R. Kelly said it didn't happen. The family said it didn't happen. She told the Oracle himself, Jimmy D, she told him out her mouth, and he even said that she told him this, that people took it the wrong way. They was just close. It's nothing like that. Woo, woo, woo. But yeah, you got this miserable motherfucker always coming on trying to say that she was dodging the question.
Miserable. Okay.
And people sit there and they let him get away with this BS, man. It's actually it's an insult, like I said before. On top of that, you had in 1997, she put in a motion to get the fake certificate expunged off her record.
How is it a fake certificate if it has to be expunged? How do you expunge a fake? Okay, so now I know that I'm just playing in the sandbox with it. What is going on? People really sit and posture themselves like they're just some intellectual about something that clearly he has some other issues.
Yeah.
R. Kelly didn't do that, trying to get it off of his record. Aaliyah tried to get it expunged. Okay.
First of all, he's never gonna do anything he doesn't make any moves to do anything. He doesn't fix anything, rectify anything, sue anybody. He doesn't lift a finger to help anybody, not even himself. So that's not proof of anything.
Like, he don't realize how dumb he sounds when he just said that.
He
She tried to get it expunged. The fake that he didn't do anything.
He didn't try to get it expunged. So it must be nothing. It's nothing. It's not even real. But she had to get it expunged. Expungement. You have to go through a court process.
She was able to file documents on something that was just so fake and made up. Okay.
This is the stupidity on YouTube. This is the stupidity. I have
but
other
those documents. Those documents is real, but
oh my God. I have other YouTubers that I would love. I wish I always tell myself, I'm going to record this. I'm going to get these clips. But then I realize it's too much work for this ridiculous. But he's just reminding me of how much stupidity is out here in on YouTube about this R. Kelly stuff. Like, are you kidding me right now? He really said that. He really said that.
Yeah.
Oh.
And on top of that, it's like, where's the annulment papers? And everybody want to say, oh, it was annulled.
It's not gonna be public. If an annulment is gonna dissolve your marriage and to the point where it didn't even exist, you think that stuff it's not gonna be any evidence of it for the public. Get out of here.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Let's see. Angela's saying, and didn't she sign an NDA? That's another reason she didn't speak on it. Probably so, and probably the mama too. The parents probably signed one too.
Yeah.
Like they was dressed alike and shouted her out when he accepted his award as her best friend, or as his best friend.
And she doesn't look happy in none of the pictures she took with him. If you look at all her pictures when she got introduced in his life and present, I didn't see no happiness. I didn't even see a smile on none of the pictures. He up there grinning, but she was looking like, I don't even want to fucking be here.
He probably smelled horribly.
Yeah. Then not only that, it's part of this 9,000 and something discovery, the evidence. How would they know that he paid somebody to FedEx credentials $500 and it flew her in? And that, I just don't understand. They even heard it on the Lifetime. The people.
Oh, they don't believe Lifetime. Don't even bring up Lifetime. They just say that's just a fairy tale.
And then they don't even cross-reference and research. Now there's a lot of stuff that is unsealed, and you can Google it. You can see where it was articles out before, back then, that just probably was brushed under the rug. But it's old articles, interviews, and everything. Like even old interviews from them interviewing some of his team members and managers. Everybody was a manager and assistant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand. That's why the whole Chicago, Illinois is under federal investigation, fucking around with him.
Basically. And
the whole Cook County courthouse.
She said DNA. Speaking of the NDAs, that's a whole other thing. There were NDAs.
Yeah, even
with children. With children. And that is not even legal. It is not even, it doesn't hold up. You can't have a child.
Yeah.
Even
Jensen said that. Jensen said that he had, made up these NDAs and all that. One of his own attorneys said it.
Wow.
No, well, where's the annulment papers? Where are they at? Where's the documentation of that? You know what I'm saying?
With all the other documentation that we have on this man, he wants the one thing that is not public.
He know that they found it because that's how they know when it got annulled and shit, when they done found out everything else.
But here's the gag. He's admitting that it was annulled, which means it happened. So what are you even saying? You're asking for something to prove that something didn't happen.
Right. Can't nothing get annulled.
He knows it happened. That's why he's saying it. Where is it? Well, if it was a no. Get out of here.
We've already proven that the fake marriage certificate, it was not a real certificate. It was copied and pasted, whited out. You know what I'm saying? You can see the ridges, the blemishes, I should say, along the signature and along the numbers.
He a real PI when it comes to these quote unquote fake documents, but you can't get through these indictments and understand that this man is in real trouble.
How could he I thought he said he didn't see the documents and shit. Where was it at? Now he's saying that he can see the whiteout and the copy and paste.
Called forgery. It's a fake document. Now, if you want to
fake document that the federal government has included in their indictment against this man. This woman, they brought up Aaliyah in their indictment as a part of his behavior pattern.
Mm-hmm.
What a creep.
R. Kelly was responsible for that. Well, he's not being charged for that. He's being charged, they claim, he tried to bribe a government official. But like I said before, we already know who confessed to doing all of that. We already know that. So once again, I don't know why they won't just let this woman rest in peace, man.
Hence the RICO Act. So I guess he's talking about Demetrius Smith, supposedly admitting that he is the one who helped get the thing. Not, and he didn't have no money. And he didn't do it, nothing that he wasn't told to do. He did everything he was told to do. We'll just say that. He's an enabler. Exactly. And enablers aren't going to take the fall for the head guy. And that's why they have the RICO Act.
And that's why he gave his testimony in front of that grand jury in Brooklyn. Oh.
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
I'm trying to destroy it, man. It's really sickening. On another note, so we know that the Aaliyah situation was it didn't happen, right? Didn't happen. End of it. Now you got Tiffany Hawkins. She comes in. All of a sudden now she wants to say that he did something to her. Okay, but Jimmy D claims that she's patient zero. No, she's not patient zero. She's not.
Who's
because
Jimmy
she
D?
waited.
She's talking about Jim Garagatas, and he needs to put some respect on Jim's name.
He's calling him Jimmy D?
Yeah. And then not only that, with his stupid ass, Tiffany Hawkins Ben spoke up and said something. They found her old deposition and police report and stuff too, with his stupid ass.
Exactly. Talking about she said he did something.
Talking about she all of a sudden. No, she been said something.
Yeah, this is not no all of a sudden. Wow. So what he's supposed to read the book? He read Jim's book?
I don't think so. I think he just he taking bits and pieces. They all done jumped, mooched off and stole from your channel, probably from other people's channel, bits and pieces, and just
he don't watch my channel. I doubt that he watches my channel. I doubt it.
And hear somebody speak about it. That's probably how they, and they don't.
People who support him, I blocked because they used to come and try to troll me and say all kinds of nasty stuff. No,
After the fact. And she waited until an alleged scandal came out to try to say, oh, he touched me when I was a kid as well.
No. See, this is just all lies. It's not true.
And when you look at her interview, especially on Surviving R. Kelly, The Reckoning, I mean, she's smiling on there. Come on, man.
So that's a crime. Nobody was smiling, first of all. Was smiling about what?
She didn't smile.
Even if she did smile, if she had a crack of a smile, then God bless her for being able to.
Right.
Like, what is that, a crime? So she's a criminal for smiling. Okay.
She's a liar. I don't see credibility in her at all. She allegedly tried to blackmail R. Kelly and tried to say that he was the father of her child, and then you got people saying that he was the father of the child, which that clearly is not true. Everybody knows that was not the case. She had the child after R. Kelly, and it was not his. So why are these people saying this? I don't know. I don't know why they have so much hatred for R. Kelly. I don't understand it. I never will understand it.
And he doesn't want to understand it. And that is where I'm going to end that, because I can't do it anymore. I'm just ready to
Exactly, Mary Blue. Exactly. They forget about that.
Land fairs. Absolutely. Everybody knows about the land fairs, and nobody wants to talk about the land fairs.
Well, let them tell it. She's not cooperating, and that's lies.
Well, we're gonna see. And even if, like somebody said too, I think it was this guy, that the reason that they actually have the land fairs is because the land fairs were threatened with prison themselves. if they didn't testify against R. Kelly. So, but that even in itself says that there was a crime that happened.
They don't want to acknowledge a father wouldn't break down crying after viewing the tape of his daughter being violated if
While
it never happened. Why would
while viewing the tape. Can you
yeah.
imagine being a father and watching your daughter get violated like that? Your 12-year-old daughter.
And then it's sad that
on film.
Yeah. And then not only that, what else was I gonna say? It'll come back to me. I don't forget. It'll come back to me. They don't want to acknowledge he wanted to try to pay his brother to take the fall. They even played the recording. Even Bruce tried to convince him, Carrie, to take the fall for a whole nother situation with another baby. It wasn't even about LaShawn Landfair. We find that out later on. Why would you want somebody to take the blame for you if you didn't do it?
We can't even get into these brothers because they a whole hot mess.
Yeah, I hate that they done, well, Bruce never really changed his colors. I think he was just baffled because when he found out he was recorded, because he's still taken back. He can't figure that out for the life of him because he thinking to himself, I checked that room 10 times and he still was able to get me. Yeah, because nobody was left out. Everybody gets taken over, He didn't care who you was, brother or no brother.
Right. He definitely didn't care. Which brother was it that he was trying to take the fall for the 2008?
Carrie.
Oh, okay. That was Carrie. He was he tried to bribe him with what, a ring, or what was he saying?
$50,000 in a contract in the industry or whatever, or pursue his, in a house.
That is a cold brother right there, man. You gonna do that to your own blood brother?
And that part of the story never changed. That part is true, but it's like you wouldn't have nobody. You wouldn't be you wouldn't dare address another person. Hey, can you say it was you? And I promise I'll take care of you and this and that and the third. That's signs of guilt right there alone.
Wow. Well, he says that the everything. Who was it? Levi. Talking about what his cousin told him about Aaliyah was that it was a publicity stunt. Oh, okay, and I believe that.
Yeah,
I believe that, and that the other girls and the other accusations are obviously money grabs.
They all keep talking about some money, and
right. So this man wasn't giving nobody nothing.
I don't see nobody living no lifestyle in the richest famous after leave.
Well, a lot of his his former enablers admitted that basically he barely paid these people. A lot of these drivers and bodyguards, they were like hungry, like having people working around the clock and barely let them, didn't feed them, didn't take care of them.
Even Demetrius
make them get in the middle of an orgy.
Yeah, even Demetrius Smith and his brother and Terrence Allen, one of the bus drivers, even said, like, I took he didn't pay, he tried not to pay me, so I took what I thought I deserved, or I ended up getting into it with him because he tried to play me. I mean, I ain't never heard nothing. He done he wasn't even good to his own mama, but he loved her so much, from what they saying.
He wasn't good to anybody, and he really wasn't good to his city, who held him up. The city held him up all these years, protected him.
Yeah. And that's just all the people that have the same sick, twisted, narcissistic ways as him.
I know there were certain neighborhoods that used to drive them out, here, smell them. They probably smelled them coming. Like, I smell R. Kelly.
Right. From what they
beat him up.
Right. From
Can you imagine being a grandma, seeing him coming, trying to get your granddaughter? Oh, he is just sick. I just can't stand him. I can't. And I'm gonna say this. Right. I'm gonna say this. We do want him to have these trials. I want him to have all the trials, and we do want the process to be fulfilled here. And I wouldn't say I was ever a huge fan. Like, I listened to his music because He had some bumps, but you know, even if I was a huge fan, nothing could make me turn away from these victims. And the thing is that people kill me when they say they want to take down the black man. The black man. It's this. We talking about this one black man. First of all, not to say that there's not. We know there's systemic racism, and the system is fucked. We know that. But what I'm saying is, in this situation, there is one black man, and there is I don't even know how many victims who are also black girls, black women. So why are we dismissing the fact that these victims are black? They never come into the conversation when they're trying to protect this black man.
Yeah.
And to me, I don't even look at him as a black man. To me, that's an honor to be a black man. That's being a king status. I don't even look at him as a black man anymore, to be honest with you. Because he just has done it's too much. It's like, and he still won't cop. Like, dude, just plead. I don't want him to plead, actually, but
I think it's too late. I don't think he got that option no more.
I don't know. Did he ever? I mean,
I don't know how true it. I don't know. I can't even say.
We don't know that there was a plea on the table. We don't know. I know that they had that the defense team entertained that attorney who was supposed to be a police specialist. Maybe they did. I don't know, but he's still sitting there. He's still sitting there with his mouth closed. You know, he could be doing a lot more. And what he needs to do too is tell these dang YouTubers to sit down and shut up. Because if he was smart, he's probably instead pulling strings.
I believe it. I believe he thinking that. I don't know how he feels or think that it's going to work out in his favor, but
I think he thinks the confusion is helpful for him.
Yeah. And ain't no telling who's telling him it's working. I'm trying to tell you, Rob, you know,
that sounds like a job for Don Russell.
Right. This stupid ass.
You know, this reminds me of like some type of mystery where at the end you find out the real person behind it all is somebody you wouldn't even suspect. Like the most unsuspecting person, like a Phases or even a Dr. Rogers. The mastermind behind all the YouTube collusion.
Yeah. I do believe that Brooklyn is going to move forward, and I believe that they're going to transport his rear end there. They don't care how it has to happen. They're going to get him there. Now, what's going to happen once he get to Brooklyn, if he going to be able, I don't know, but they going to get him there. They going to get his rear end there. He ain't got no choice but to go. So he chopped that up. But I think the federal indictments out there is going to go as planned. I really believe that.
The only thing I could see is another delay, and that's only because, like I said, of the motion for the discovery today. And I guess the next step is we're going to see. I think the defense has an opportunity to come back. I'm not sure if they're going to respond again or if the judge is just going to come in and say what's what. But I'm definitely going to, you know, keep my eyes and ears open on that because we do want to see him get transported to the Bronx and see this thing move forward. Unfortunately, the federal trials aren't going to be televised, but I can't wait for that state trial. I think it's in September.
Yeah.
And the judge already okayed those cameras.
Right. I'm being like, boy.
And I think that's the trial that Rashana is in. If not, if it's on, I don't know if it's the only one, but that's going to be something.
And isn't it? Oh.
So let's talk about Chris Stokes. He's been in the blogs a lot.
Yeah.
It's funny that he's been in the blogs, but not in the news. Because from what I'm reading about him, and also I've heard this over years, so this is not new either. Because Raz B of B2K has been coming out against him for some years now about molestation charges. Accusations. And so let's talk about that. So Chris Stokes, in case people don't know, do you want to take it or?
What I know, well, from what I had heard about Chris Stokes, I did see when Safari was talking to Chris Stokes' daughter when she was discussing about releasing her music and everything, and she mentioned towards the end of that video that R. Kelly was around Chris Stokes a lot, like they were more than just good friends. Like, you know, she said he was around a lot when she was younger, and even like spending weeks, you know, at their house or whatever. Um, it's been
And I think
alleged.
and Chris Stokes. So Chris Stokes was a manager and of what the artists of
Yeah.
Immature, B2K, and there were artists such as what is that artist name?
Oh, they said Ray J.
Yeah, I'm thinking Ty Dolla $ign. Ty
Oh,
Dolla $ign was a member of Immature. I don't know if you knew
that's,
that.
I didn't know that
Back
until
when he was
recently.
like 9 years old. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was looking at. I will name Sean D. Wavy's channel.
Yeah.
Sean D.
Shout out to
Wavy,
him.
yeah, has done some videos on this, and they're good videos too. I watched one also where there were actual girls, Jeannie Aiko, her sisters,
Yeah.
were dealing with him. I think that's why she went her separate way because she didn't like some things she saw or whatever, or some
Mm.
things she knew she wasn't with it, so she didn't want to go that direction with them. But Chris Stokes managing these kids, because at the time these boys were really young. They looked really young too. And
Yeah.
managing them, obviously they were very successful.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like the promotional stuff for them back then was people claimed it was, they identified as being sexualized.
Yeah.
Like in their underwear, like laying in the bed, like
Yeah.
kind of not on each other, but close to each other,
Yeah.
and looking kind of feminine a little bit too.
Yeah. And you know, Chris Stokes got in Sean live his video about a week ago or something and commented and said, I don't need this in my life right now. And Sean told him flat out, he said, well, they didn't need that in their life at the time when you alleged did what you did. So don't come at me about what you don't need in your life.
What a nasty narcissist. It's all
And he
about
didn't
him.
ever comment or say nothing else. He didn't join the StreamYard or nothing, you
Well,
know.
I went on Twitter and I had to let him know a little something. And I went on his
Oh,
Twitter and people are telling him go take a lie detector.
yes. Oh, Marion told him while he was up there putting the fighter signs up on the man's daughter, you know, he told him, go take the damn lie detector test.
Oh, speaking of Omarion, I have an article. It's from like a couple hours ago about it, and I
Okay.
wanted to read it because I was curious about. I hadn't heard him and nothing about what he had to say about it. So, let me just see. All right. So this article, I don't even know what is this. Hot new hip hop. Okay.
Mm.
So basically, they're saying that Omarion. Well, it says Omarion's brother actually. Orion
Oh,
explains his brother is saying that he supports Raz B during the Chris Stokes drama. So his brother probably knows what's going on.
yeah.
Says it's been years since Raz B first shared the allegations against Chris Stokes, but he has never wavered in accusing his former manager of sexual assault. Raz has maintained that Stokes violated him when he was a child, and while Stokes has denied the allegations, it hasn't kept the singer from speaking out. We've previously reported on the Fox Soul interview with Raz B that was shelved after the online network was served a cease and desist letter. And I don't know if that's Hollywood Unlocked because Jason, what is his name? Hollywood
Jason,
Unlocked.
is it Jason Lee? Or
Yeah, Jason Lee.
yeah.
I saw he was saying that he's gonna make sure that that interview gets aired, and
Yep.
he said you can threaten him, Rasby, and everybody else, but you're not gonna threaten me.
Yeah.
He said he's changing his channel. I appreciated that. I like the fact that he's now gonna go after. It's good that these men
Yeah.
Whether they're gay or straight, are going after or helping to, go after these people. Because I know that there's been some other people who have been outspoken who are male, because
Yeah.
nobody's looking out for these young boys or these men who are coming out to say they were abused as young boys. They're only protecting the girls with allegations.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot, I think, for a man to come out and say that he was sexually assaulted or abused as a child, especially to come out against somebody with money and status
Yeah.
and the ability to try to shut you up.
Yeah.
So I don't know why. I think the Me Too movement needs to open up to and help these people too. Like,
Yeah, I even commented and I had saluted, Jason Lee and Sean for standing by. I said we support all victims, male and female. And it's good that they got the support. That Raspy got the support. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna be others to come out.
okay, I hope so. It says
And I hope they get the justice that they deserve,
I do. I really do. Rasby has, you could tell he's just, I mean, this is trauma that we're talking about. And
Exactly.
it affects people throughout their lives. And he seems rocked still to this day. Like he's haunted by this.
Yeah, you could tell it's something that it's really affected him. And that man deserved the healing that he needs, and it's probably part of the healing process. And I commend him for coming out, which he never changed his story anyway.
He sure hasn't. And it says, we previously reported on the Fox Soul interview with Rasby that was shelved, blah, blah. The Star has is publicly demanding that Stokes join him for a polygraph test.
Yeah.
And this is him. And I didn't know he had a brother.
Me either.
Brother's cute.
Family.
Brother's fun.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, B2K singer Omarion's brother Orion lent his voice to the cause and also remarked that Stokes should sit down for a lie detector test after the music executive wrote a comment on one of his photos. In a recent Instagram live, the singer shared with viewers why he decided to support Raz. Oh, okay. I didn't know he was supporting him. Just because, this is the brother. Let me keep that in mind. Just because you're not a victim doesn't mean you can't speak up and say something. Because he's probably like, because I saw what happened to my brother and them.
Yeah.
This person thought they could just be on my comments. So he had the nerve to comment on his brother's picture. And he has the nerve to even be just commenting and being on social media like nothing's going on. Like, please. Says, I just had to let him know this is not sweet. The experience I had over there was not good for me. Oh, he had his own experience.
Oh, wow.
He added that he has an album coming out soon and mentioned that he has a whole different beef that doesn't have anything to do with the physical, but pertains to sabotaging his career. Probably because he wouldn't give in and do something. I'm wondering.
Right.
Wow. He got blackballed. That's crazy. Let's see what he has. Let me play this actually.
Yeah.
With her, she just made me look at it differently. Like, just because you're not a victim doesn't mean you can't speak up and, say something, you know what I mean? Because this person thought they could just be on in my comments and, feel me? All in my comments and all that, you know what I mean? So, I just had to let him know, like, yo, this is not sweet. You're not, that experience I had with over there was not good for me. I didn't get it, but my album's not to come out. And you know what I'm saying? Sabotaging my career.
Wow.
With some other so I had a whole different, I got a whole different beef. That's not a physical thing, but
That's interesting. See?
It is interesting.
Oh, I think boy, we ain't heard nothing yet. Watch be some more stuff gonna come out.
Oh, I'm sure it's gonna be some. I'm sure there's a lot of people who haven't spoken out on this, and there's probably other artists. I'm sure we know there are other artists, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that
I mean,
reminds
is
me.
Marcus Houston supposed to be like his partner in crime with this, as far as with Chris Stokes? Is that true? Or
Say that again. I'm sorry.
is Marcus Houston or somebody supposed to be like
Oh,
a partner in
yeah,
crime?
he's being accused. I think Marcus Houston he was also under Chris Stokes, right? And
Yeah.
I think that Marcus Houston is also being accused, but I think Marcus Houston was probably put it on, Chris Stokes probably put him in that position. Like it reminds me of the R. Kelly where he has people engage in the shit too, so that they can be a party
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
You from Brooklyn, welcome back. Yeah, you late, but welcome back. I haven't seen you. It's been a minute. Um, wait, D from Brooklyn. This is my D. I think I know this D. But so that's interesting. First of all, I didn't know. Again, I'm gonna say I didn't know Omarion had a brother. Omarion's been in the business for a long time. You telling
Yeah.
me his brother has been doing music all this time,
Right.
and we ain't heard a peep,
At all, period.
nothing, not even nothing with his brother. And that was the thing that in the interview with Jeannie Aiko about her family. This is when she was younger. She her sister, when she was interviewed, didn't mention Janae. I keep saying Jeannie, Janae at all. She didn't mention. They kept saying in the video, kept saying, notice she doesn't mention Janae, and she was under Chris Stokes. Chris Stokes was managing her, and Janae decided not to work with them. She was like, no, I didn't like what I was seeing, or there were some things I wasn't comfortable with, or something like that.
See?
Wow. So that's crazy. So what it sounds like to me is that Omarion's brother knows some stuff.
Yeah.
And he's been shut down for a long time. And this is the year of exposure. I'm telling you. I mean, people have been getting exposed since like 2017. I've been saying this since 2017 because that's when the side chick thing was happening every single week. There was a new athlete or somebody who was being exposed for cheating. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
But it's like ever since 2017, in my recollection of just heavy exposure, this year is really shining a light on a lot of things.
Yeah.
The age of Aquarius, and shout out to my Aquarians again. Aquarius, Kim.
Yes.
Our Valentine's Day baby.
Yay!
She's excited. We gonna celebrate too. So
I'm gonna be my Valentine.
Oh, that's right. We can do that for sure. So what are we saying here at the end of the day with regard to this stuff? Because it's just sick. I don't know how I became a channel that talks about this a lot. I mean, I guess because I'm an advocate, obviously. And
we support all these survivors.
Yeah, we definitely are our support and a safe space also.
Exactly.
But it gets so heavy, it gets real heavy.
It's a lot.
And then I get so pissed when I listen to these YouTubers who defend R. Kelly, especially. They don't know him. They don't know any of the facts. They don't want to read the facts. They don't want to hear it.
No,
Hear
they don't.
See it. They don't want to believe it. And it's annoying. And I don't even know why I even put myself through listening but it's entertaining at the same time to hear all the other shenanigans that's going on. I just hope that nobody gets hurt or killed.
That's the number one thing, because a lot of these supporters for him, they, even though they never met him, don't know nothing about him, but y'all going hard in the paint on the victims in behind somebody that you don't know, and you're doing harsh, crucial things to these people, and it's like, for what?
Yeah. And even if, people want to say, well, this person has an illness or they're sick or whatever, well, that's not that's not licensed to do harm to another.
If he knew how to try to lie and cover it up, he knew exactly what he was doing. He ain't got no illness.
Oh, right. And the thing about that, we were talking about that, the whole sister Teresa, the sister who he says, he actually in his book said a family member molested him, right? He didn't say it was his sister. I don't know who said it was his sister.
Carrie said it was the sister, but Carrie did say that he know what the sister did to him. And he said, when he asked R. Kelly never witnessed her doing nothing to him. And he said that R. Kelly really didn't express that the sister did stuff to him. And he feel like that she made sure that they allegedly what she did, she kept them separate out of the house or whatever. But when we talked about it, I didn't ever look at it like that.
I don't think, for me,
I
don't think I'm 100% convinced that actually happened from the sister. And I feel like she could be used as a scapegoat for these men.
Yeah, because the only person that ever talked about it was Lisa Vann. She claimed allegedly he confessed to her about.
And again, he's a liar. So why would we believe anything he says?
Yeah. So we don't know.
Believe that. We've not heard from the sister or seen.
We ain't seen her nothing. You exactly right. We ain't heard not a damn thing. Not even in the damn indictment. She ain't even been brought up.
And we know they don't have respect for women. So it's so easy to be able to put that on his sister and just put her away in a closet somewhere.
Yeah.
So I just want to put that out there to say that may not be even true about him being violated by his sister like that.
And we don't know who all was in the house. He gave his uncle in the basement a name and his grandmother a name. But when he said the other people, I want to know who was these people that waited for his mom to leave out of the house to start having sex and wearing lingerie, that he said that mom would have been pissed if she would have came home and seen that. He never said who, he never put a name to them. He put a name to certain people, and then other people he just said, like them and they. So we don't know. We don't know how deep that rabbit hole went.
The neighborhood pedophile that got beat up, right?
Yeah, he put a name to him, but he didn't put it. It's certain people that he never said their names, and then some people that he did, so
right. It's just this is too much.
But we know that he was violated as a child. We do know that much.
Yeah, by that neighbor, right? Or that guy you're talking about.
What was his name? Mr. Wayne, William, or Joe? Or
I was trying to think of it. Yeah, it was Mr. Hayes. It was Mr. something. But we do, and I'm not saying that he wasn't abused, but what I'm saying is that with the story that the rumor that's out about the sister, we don't know that is actually true. People like to talk about that like it's fact.
Yeah, and I'm guilty because I was talking like it was facts for a while. I sure was.
Well, it's easy to do when you hear something like that and then you go, oh, well, maybe that's why he does this. But we don't know that that's true. And, I don't think it's fair to the sister, to be honest with you.
And she never came out and spoke vocally, not one time.
Sounds like
we haven't seen no interview, no nothing.
Right. So that's interesting to me that she hasn't said anything. So, and who knows? She could just have a certain devotion to her brothers.
Yeah.
And just staying out the way. We don't know. Or she could be like Joycelyn, up underneath somebody's thumb.
And that's true
control, because we know he likes to control people.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should end this live here. Any last thoughts? Anybody in the comments? Anybody want to join in and say anything before we get out of here? I always like saying that. Anybody want to come on? I didn't see Wow Wayne. Wayne.
We don't wore Wayne out. We don't wore him out.
I think Wayne wore himself out. I think I seen him on I don't know whose other channels. Some of the ops. He's everybody's mod.
Yeah.
All
Bless
right,
him.
God bless him. Well, I appreciate everybody who joined in on this live and in the bushes, in the replay also. Like the video, share, comment, let us know you stopped by. And yeah, I guess we'll catch y'all on the next time.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kim.
You're welcome. Anytime.